Hello, my name is Ingrid, and this is my session one, Mothers Who Didn't Raise Their Kids, and it's called The Beginning. I know my beginning, and I'm sure all the mothers out there who lost their children have a beginning too. Somewhere along the way, we have a beginning. It all starts somewhere. So, in the beginning, for me, I was a teenager. And I got married young at 18 and I had my first child when I was 19. And before long, I didn't want to be in the marriage anymore. And I don't know what other mothers' reasons are for why we don't raise our kids, but my reason is as follows: poor decision making. I had no skills, no resources, no support system. I got married young and had a child at 19. I did not want to be married anymore. And there's a lot of reasons why we went out. A lot of reasons. And I had a lot of abusive relationships and no support systems and no resources. And at 20 years old, I gave my child away to her father and the support of his family. And now it's come back to haunt me. And I just didn't do this once, I did it twice. I rebounded and remarried and had two more children. And the same thing happened. I handed them over to their father. No resources, no skills, no support system. I had no way of being able to raise my children on my own. I did not want my children growing up in poverty. I did not want that. And I still hadn't had myself together. I never put myself first. I never dated. I never took the time for myself as a teenager growing into my 20s. And if you don't get control of yourself at a young age and put yourself first, things like this could happen to you. And I'm speaking for mothers that are going through the same thing. We all have our different reasons. We all have different situations. And no one's here to judge. We're here to help each other. So in the beginning, that's what happened to me as a young girl. And then we have the outcome, the birth of a child, and the realization, the result of the decision we made. We realize what we've done. So we go on, we move and accept and go on. And the years go on and on and on. And it just gets harder and harder and harder. So we did what we thought was best for the interest of our child. And that is by handing them to someone, the father, the absent parent. I'm the absent parent. I handed my children over to their fathers. And the result, I lost out, and it hurts very much, and it gets worse and worse as I get older and older. I have an estranged relationship with my children. They don't want to talk to me. I don't see my grandchildren. They don't want to hear what happened. They just have moved on with their lives. I don't matter anymore. So we move on and accept. We have gaps in visitation, and we have an estranged relationship. There are three negatives. Three that I have in my life right now. And I can't do anything about it. I have tried, and I can't do anything about it. And I want to turn a negative situation into a positive situation. And I hope that I can help someone out there with these little discussions that I'm having. And maybe a young mother out there that's going through this will not make the same decision on losing her child. There is resources out there. There's help. There's a lot of help out there. But you have to put yourself first. You take time, go to school, go to college, learn the responsibilities of life before you go get married and have a child, and then you can't do it, and you end up losing your child, and you're 55 years old, and you're sitting here making these videos in hopes that you can help somebody. So the beginning, to me, still haunts me to this day. I feel like I wish I could have done my day different that day. If I'd have just went somewhere else, and that goes for my second marriage as well. If I could have just went somewhere else, this wouldn't have happened. I love my children. I miss them very much. But the decision I made has come back to haunt me. So maybe we can focus on that, where it all began, what we can do now, and go on with our lives. So I have what we call the decision. Too much time on our hands. And that's exactly what I had. Too much time on my hands, what I call my dark years. My dark years were filled with just me. Too much time going out, trying to do positive things. Yes, positive things, because we have no choice but to do what we have to do. We're on our own now. We just don't matter anymore. The absent parent does not matter unless you have a very strong, mature relationship and you stick with your visitations and you stay consistent. If you do not stay consistent, you will be in a bad situation like I am. Your children will go on with their life. And we want them to go on with their life. We want them to be successful, but we want them to be a part of our life. We don't want to keep getting punished for this. We shouldn't have to be punished because we made a decision we thought was right. And are we selfish? Because we're on our own now, are we selfish? We have nothing to do but take care of ourselves, so we become selfish. And do we try to maintain the relationship? You can maintain your relationship if you get your resources and your skills and transportation. You can maintain your relationship with your children. And you have to do this at least more than once a month. You have to do this. And then, like when my kids went through the teenage years, I still had them. I still would be able to see them. But it's just not the same because they have friends now, boyfriends. And they're going to school and they're graduating. And they're going through their years where they're maturing now. And the other parent that is raising them is more significant in their life. We're not. If you don't push for that relationship harder, we're not going to matter. And then they go into adulthood. They have husbands, their own children, their own careers, which I'm very happy. And we all want what's best for our children. I'm very happy for that. But I just don't matter. I don't matter. I'm not speaking for all the other wonderful mothers out there. If you have them for visitations, stick with them visitations as much as you can. And put yourself first and go get the schooling you need so that you can be a good resource for your children and help them and get things they need and go to their school events and be a part of their life. So I get to this situation where do we fit in now? I'm a grandmother of, 6 grandchildren now, and I have yet to meet any of them. My daughters do not like me. They will not talk to me, and therefore they will not let me see my grandchildren. So these are new topics for me that I'm putting out there. They hurt. These topics hurt. I want them to be helpful. I'm hoping I can help another lady out there, a young girl, to not make the same decisions, that there is help out there. Plenty of resources that she can have and get to keep her child in her life so that this doesn't happen to her and wake up one day and say, well, what I thought I did was right, and apparently it wasn't. We just don't matter anymore, and the relationship becomes broken. Very broken. And that's where I'm at right now, the beginning and the decision. So I want to keep making these little videos in hopes that I can help someone out there. Maybe there's someone out there that's going through this like I am, and it'll make you feel better that we're not alone. Maybe we can get support groups together. Maybe we can do a little fun stuff when you get a negative thought like I do. I try to do things. Go out to dinner. Make new friends. Go see a movie. Go get your nails done. Talk to your mom. Go out with your boyfriend. Take a vacation. Go buy yourself something. You have to put yourself first, because if you don't, you're going to make yourself very sick and upset. We've made the decision. We've done what we had to do in our life. So I will be making another topic here shortly. And I hope you stay tuned and you like my videos, because after all, I'm turning a negative into a positive, and I want to go very far with this. So until then, love yourself, take care of yourself, and stay tuned.